Hi everybody, Gary Fong here. I am in New York City, and behind me is the tour of the new RX products. The RX, sorry I'm shaking, just had a bunch of coffee. The RX0 and the RX10 Mark IV. Now those of you who are familiar with me know that I'm a huge fan of the RX10 and RX100 because of the size. I have my RX100 Mark III with me right now, and we use the 5 for a lot, but the 5 wait, is it the 4? Wow, sorry. Still see. Anyway, the new RX10 has phase detection, and that is the one thing that was missing when I was using it. And it also didn't have a really great autofocus for doing video. Now it does have that, and it also does the regular 24 frames per second. But the phase detection is the big news on that. It'll really change how that thing performs, because it's the only thing that I was kind of, especially once I got the A9. The A9 was incredibly fast, and this one I'm going to test all day today. We're going to go and do some sports photography, and I'm going to be able to test it. And so those of us who have my premium channel, or my premium videos, you'll also know that I've done a lot of coverage on the RX series, because I truly love the compact size. I mean, you've got the ability to go from 24 to 600 at f2.4 to f5.6 or something like that, in a single lens, in a tiny single lens. So it's a 1.0 sensor. God, my hands. Here. I want to put it on the glass here. It's a 1.0 sensor. So, and that's how they were able to do the CMOS stacking and everything like that. So anyway, I'm going to run out and go through and tour with you. I'm going to change the camera around so you can see. We'll go through the little...
Hey, dude, don't get my shot.
Hey, sorry. Okay, so this is the RX0, and we'll talk about that a lot too, because for filmmaking, now this is a 24mm lens. It's fixed, so it's kind of like the GoPro, but the GoPro is like 14mm with pretty much 180-degree view. It's kind of interesting, isn't it? They got these guys all clamped together, and so great camera for capturing VR. Now look how tiny this is. I'll just put my hand out here, see. So this is, it's a 1.0 sensor. How crazy is that? I mean, it looks like a little GoPro. Zeiss. 14.4. And then, so back here it looks like we have, what is this here? Okay, so that's USB probably. Look at this. They're daisy chaining them together. Oh, I pulled they're daisy chaining these guys together, which is interesting. I don't know what the USB is for. And then here it is on a little... I wonder if that's a gimbal. Huh, hard to tell.
Oh my gosh.
They all got good photos.
Oh, even that turnaround there, huh? What was it? A one-day turnaround, 2 days?
Right there is the sensor. That little guy right there. They're able to pack all that in. Look at this. I mean, this is, of course, from people who make imaging sensors for cell phones. Sorry for the striping. We'll go over here. Okay, so here is my finger. That's how small the RX0 is.
Never been to the event. This is not up. But I carried it nice.
What's this, Mark? What's that?
This is the underwater housing.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So the camera's waterproof to 10 meters, but this is waterproof to 100 meters.
Oh, wow, okay. And how does one see through it? Through the back like that? Okay.
Fits in like this.
So as a result, what was already apparently a normal...
Oh, and all, of course, all the controls are those big fat buttons for your...
Go down and the press is a half a mile from the floor. It's just, there are certain basic things that the press needs, like access to the press room. And you've been to the convention center?
Huh. Very cool.
It's a very
And this one has a filter adapter.
Yeah, so this is another accessory. So this replaces the front of the front of the camera.
Yeah.
So it replaces this front portion.
Okay.
And this is a 30.5 millimeter threaded.
Oh, got it. Okay.
So with this accessory, you get the replacement front panel.
Okay. And you have to unscrew it? Is that how that
Take
works?
these 4 screws out, lifts off, and it
Okay.
replaces this one.
Got it.
30.5 millimeter multi-coat filter. And then there is a lens hood that attaches to it. So all of these parts come with this accessory.
And still waterproof, right?
Yeah.
Still inside the gasket.
Well,
Does it compromise the water?
I'll have to check on that. I believe so, because you're not really going to use filters underwater.
Right. Well, it'll do its own white balance, right? Because in the old days of film, you had to use a correction filter. Now, this is funny how you stuck this on top. So there's a hot shoe, obviously, connector.
Well, this is not there's not an electrical connection here.
Right.
It's just a mechanical mount.
Right. That's interesting. And then the cage, does that increase the shock-proofness of it?
Not really.
Okay. But it's got a bunch of quarter 20s all over it, right?
Right, for mounting
Sound or...
microphones, recorders.
Now, does it
lighting.
have sound in?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, so
What about XLR sound in?
so there's a microphone input right there.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, there's no room for XLR jacks.
Okay.
But you know, there's certainly anything that can plug into a 3.5 millimeter.
Yeah, I mean, normally we would just use that to sync audio, right? We'd have better sound and... God, you crammed a lot into that tiny thing. That's
Yeah,
pretty...
one of the great indications of what's inside is this exhibit over here.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, one of the most remarkable parts of it is if you take a look at the camera.
Oh, it takes a regular... No, that's
this
the
is
battery,
a
okay.
new J-series battery.
Okay.
But if you... Oh, sorry.
His name is the same name.
Anyway, if you take a look at the inside of the camera,
Yeah.
the entire camera module exists in just this much space.
Right. Right, because that's the battery.
So a 1-inch sensor, and if you think about the size of a 1-inch sensor, the lens really exists in a space not much larger than this.
Right.
And unlike a POV camera, which uses a very small image sensor, this is a 1-inch image sensor, so focusing the lens is an essential ingredient.
Yeah.
With the shallow depth of field of a 1-inch sensor, focusing the lens is essential. You can't use a pan focus lens.
Right.
So to make an autofocus lens that's only about that thick,
Right.
is pretty amazing.
On a mobile phone, what's the size of the sensor?
Typically, it depends. It varies, but certainly
Under what?
under half inch.
Under half inch. Okay, so obviously. So how much is this going to cost?
In many cases, typically a quarter of an inch.
So how much is this going to cost?
This is $6.99.
$6.99. 4K, right?
4K, but 4K capture, but not internal recording.
Okay.
There's no way to dissipate the amount of heat for internal recording.
That would be an issue. Right.
So it'll
So,
output 422 8-bit
Okay.
for an external recorder for 4K. It records full HD internally, at 24p, 30p, or 60p, and it can do 120p. It can do 120p at 720.
right, okay. So you could hook that up to like Atomos or something. Because that goes through the HDMI on the... Is that true?
Yeah, but this does not have.
Right, that doesn't, right. But you've got an
So
HDMI
there
there.
is a micro HDMI port right here,
Right.
which outputs 422 8-bit 4K.
So in a case like that, you would want to use the cage, right?
Yeah.
And then put your... That's pretty cool. Wow. Look at these little guys. $6.99 each. How crazy. And this is an image shot with the RX0. Sorry for the striping. So here we have this puppy here, which I have the Mark III, Look at this. It's like one of those gooseneck clams or something, right? I'm going to go ahead and we're going to shoot this today. Sorry for the bad connection. Hold on. I'm going to move back. Yeah, I'm going to... This bad connection. Weird. Trying to get where there's a good connection. Yeah, so let me swing this camera around. Okay, so later today I've got my Ninja recorder. I'm going to plug it into both of those cameras, and then I'm going to go through and show you the menu items, which then you'll be able to see the features. And it'll be really kind of interesting because we're going to go out and shoot some action shots with the new RX10 Mark IV. I think we're going to do something sports related here in New York, and then I'll be able to have a bunch of images, and it'll be interesting. Okay, thanks for tuning in.